Hey guys, it's Aubrey again from Muttley Plans, coming to you after Christmas. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, and hopefully by the time, well, actually, this will go up before New Year's, so I guess not. But hopefully, y'all are going into a very good new year. This video is going to be me setting up the month of January in my 2025 Sterling Ink A5 planner. So, this is just me switching to one of the monthly overview pages. As you can see, I kind of collect what colors and stuff I want to use for that month. And basically I go through my pins, my washies and stuff, and I pick out washi tapes, vellums, and stuff like that that I feel like would best reflect the month that I'm going to be doing. So for January, I decided to go based off of this vellum that I got from Hobby Lobby. I've got it in my hands right now. It was 99 cents, and it has been worth every cent. I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different from washi on the bottom. So I decided to take this vellum and pretty much just rip it up and use it as my bottom portion of the January monthly. I've seen people do this more so on bullet journaling channels. And also, I noticed in the setup, some people would tear the vellum up and put it on the outside covers. The outside cover stuff never really appealed to me personally, but seeing this vellum and stuff, I still thought, this might look good. And so I just kind of roughly eyeballed the measurements because sometimes I guess I'm allergic to actually being exact in my measurements. And I went ahead and cut it, tore it, and now I'm just making sure, does it look almost right? Does it not? I tried to use that other side, see if it would fit in the opposite side. Of course it did not. And so I actually wind up going through later, and as you'll see, I'll have to measure and then tear again for this spread. Overall, though, I will say I don't think I've seen very many people do this with vellum on the bottom of a monthly spread. I really enjoyed the way this turned out. It's honestly probably one of my favorite things I've done in a spread before, as far as being able to use like a pretty piece of vellum and put it down. I have an unbelievable amount of washi tapes, but none that were just like, oh yeah, that's what I want to use this month. And so I was very happy to be able to use this vellum. I guess I'll stop talking about how much I like the vellum now, because I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk about it. So we're just gonna go through this next little bit, and you're gonna watch me measure it, and then we'll move on. So, as you can probably tell, my choice of how to stick down this vellum was to use some double-sided tape. I decided that this vellum was kind of opaque and not see-through enough to where it would be just fine using this double-sided tape. It works really well. I was just concerned that the glue sticks that I had on hand while making this were not going to be sticky enough to keep this vellum in place, and my worry was that this vellum would just kind of like come up off the paper if I didn't stick it down good enough, which is why I went for the tape. Now moving on to that weird upper left corner, I was kind of deciding, how do I want to accent that? What do I want to do? And I decided to use that small piece of vellum and then put a January stamp just over the top of where that one is. It doesn't really bother me that I didn't cover up the one, personally, just because the January stamp was dark enough to where it really didn't, it basically overtook what the one looked like. So I was pretty comfortable leaving that there, and then just putting that little piece of vellum that I had left over under that January. Now I'm just putting my clip from Walmart on there to keep the page down, and I'm using my Majon A1 in black to write in the words ink of the month, which I will be swatching on that box towards the end of this setup. That's me just showing you my amazing Majon A1. And now I'm moving on to actually being able to use some of those deco stickers that I had on top of the planner at the beginning of all this. This sticker pack came from an Agenda 52 sticker pack. Those cost about $9, and it had all sorts of florals and stuff that kind of mirrored different parts of the month. And I just thought it was really cute, so I bought it, and I am now using it. I really enjoyed being able to tie in like florals even into January. I know that not a whole lot of plants or flowers tend to grow in January, but I still really like having florals in a spread. For whatever reason, it just brings me happiness and makes me smile. So I tried really hard to find a spot for that floral grouping that I just put up, and I could not. I was kind of sad, but I decided I would either use it either in a weekly or one of my daily spreads. This is me showing you the ink of the month and my very fancy dip stick, I guess. That's an Majon A2 that I use. It's got like that stainless steel metal type back piece, and it actually works really well to do swatches. So I just dipped that into, it's Birmingham Pen Co. Megalodon, which is a phenomenal brownish gray. It actually goes really well with the colors, I feel like, that I chose for this month. You know, those moody blues and greens with touches of browns and grays. And so I went ahead and swatched that, and I'm letting that dry. I don't actually go back in and write in the name of the ink until a few days later, just because I hadn't inked that up in a pen yet, and so I didn't have a way to write it in that ink color. Maybe one day I'll get an actual dip pen to where I can, you know, just swatch and ink it all in the same day, but this is not the day for that. So, and then moving on, so this is me just marking in some travel days that me and my husband have coming up. We're going to go see his family on these days. We were initially going to go during this time frame because his sister was graduating from nursing school. However, plot twist was that about 2-ish weeks ago, the nursing school came out and was like, oh, actually, we're graduating the week following that, but we had already bought tickets, so we're keeping that, and we'll just give her presents and celebrate with her the weekend before she actually gets pinned. Moving on to that bottom right corner is my goals section. So I like to use all of the boxes, and if it is not within like the monthly time frame, so the actual days of January, I just use those extra boxes for different things. And so down in that bottom right will be where I put my goals. I put a little airplane up by where we're traveling. I have no idea where I got that airplane sticker, but I do like it. It, I think, added a little bit to that area. And now I'm going back in and I am marking in my 3 goals. So when it comes to monthly goals, I like to do things in threes, right? So I'm going to write down later on my 3 main goals that I want to focus on this month. And those will be my 3 main focuses for this month. Now I'm marking in my PTO days for my travel, along with one of my good friends' birthdays. I'm just marking it in with a little box from Paper Kate, and then the little balloons are actually from Coffee Monsters Co. All of these gray sticker boxes that I'm putting in, all of these are from Paper Kate. I couldn't tell you what the sticker sheet is because I got them probably 6 or 8 months ago. But those gray boxes are all marking in meetings that I have to do. So in the month of January, am doing a ton of meetings. I think I have like 2 big meetings per week, and that's all I'm writing in. Where I work, January is just a super duper busy time of year. And I'm okay with it because I was kind of hurting for work in the month of December, so I'm ready to get back in the swing of things. But yeah, that is what I'm marking in with all of those boxes. So this is just me showing you the Happy Planner booklet that I got. I believe, and I'll put the name of it on the screen somewhere, but I believe it's just Work Life is the name of that booklet. I bought it specifically because it has a bunch of PTO stickers and meeting stickers and stuff like that, which are things that I will absolutely be needing scripts of throughout the year. And I would say that it actually worked out really well because it had a lot of things that I need for it. But yeah, this is just me marking in one-on-one meetings and updates that I need to do. I'm not really being crazy descriptive on these certain boxes just because I have a completely separate planner that is my work planner, where I go more in depth. And again, that work planner is not going to be one that y'all see fully filled out just for privacy reasons at work. And so I am purposefully being a little vague in marking update and meetings and stuff like that here for y'all. Don't mind me while I try and cut straight lines. Apparently, it's not a strong suit of mine. Who knew? Alrighty, and now I am contemplating how I want to put or mark in my inks of the week. So I always have, or excuse me, I say always, this is like the second or third month that I've done it, but for the past few months I've had an ink of the month, and I put that in my Twisbi, and that is the ink that is consistent throughout the month. But then every week I go through and I actually choose a specific ink of the week that will go with my weekly spreads. And so at any given time, I have two main inks working. One is the ink of the month that's around for a whole month, and one's the ink of the week that is only around for 1 week. I have really enjoyed this because it's given me a way to use my ink bottles as well as my samples up, and I'm still able to make quick changes. This is me just figuring out how I want to write in or mark in my friend's birthday. But anyway, I do have two, I think it's two. I believe I have two pins that are always inked up. No, three. I have three pins that are always inked up with the same ink. So I have an ink of the year. It is Ferris Wheel Press Sugar Pink Beach. That's what I use in my year-to-year notebook. And then I have that black Majon A1 Majon that you see right there, which is a dupe for the Pilot pins. But anyway, that one always has black ink, and then I have a blue Majon A2 that always has royal blue ink, the Kaweco royal blue ink. Those three pins always have the same inks in it, and then of course when the year flips over, I'll switch from the Sugar Pink Beach to a different color. But for the Majon A1 and Majon A2 that I have, those will always have those same inks in there. So this is me lettering in my paydays. I am a contractor, so I get paid 2 times in a month. And so I like to mark in my paydays. And then now I'm going into figuring out what do my goals need to look like for this month of January. And I take into account, hey, how busy am I for the month, and what travel plans, stuff like that. So I will put up my a list of my goals up in that top right corner. That way it's easier for y'all to see, because I understand that that might be a little small for some people to read. Now moving on to a little bit later, after putting my goals in, I decided that I wanted to put something up at the top. And this is actually where me going through my stuff before even starting the spread came in handy, because I was able to look at, what washi tapes do I have that work? And this washi tape here, I got it in a group of washi tapes from Walmart. It's just the Scott washi tapes. I can't remember if that's exactly what they call it, but that's what it is washi tape. But anyway, so I decided to put that teal color down as kind of like the base of that top bar. And so I'm going through, making sure that my lines are all nice and straight. And yep. And this tape, I do say it is washi tape, but I also would say that it's a little bit more resilient than washi tape, so it tears, but you gotta put a little bit more force behind it. But I go ahead and I just put that across the top, and then I'm gonna come back in with some strips, some sticker strips that I got from a Agenda 52 booklet. And put that on there because I thought that light blue plaid actually looked really good and worked really well going over the top of that darker teal, and it actually, I feel like, made it look more a part of the spread, if that makes sense. And so I really enjoy being able to put those strips over the top, and after doing that I was like, oh man, this actually doesn't look half bad. Hey guys, it's me again. So I was going through my January setup video that I had for y'all, and I realized I did not show y'all the final product. Granted, since doing that video, which was, you know, before Christmas, and now it's the day after, I have put a few extra things in, so I'm going to quickly walk through those real quick and just pop this into the video after the setup. Just because, honestly. Let me open up to the page. Oh, and there were a few things that I've done. I'm sure you caught a glimpse of it on earlier in this video, but I did go ahead and do my vision board. So just real quick, I decided to do the old school vision board where I looked at everything in my collection. I cut out stuff from magazines and I just plopped them on here if I felt like it looked like something I would want for this year. So I've got pictures of me and my husband here. I really want to work on unplugging and stuff. I want to do better in my garden, go hiking more, grow in my faith. You know, always love my pups, have more bonfires, bring our horses here, and of course travel with my husband, maybe go to the beach. But anyway, so that is new. Everything else is pretty much the same. I did want to spend a little bit more time just chatting with y'all about this. So this is what I mean by I pick out, like, I went on Pinterest and I picked out basically a color code pattern that I really wanted the month of January to look like. And so I'll refer to this throughout the month when I'm choosing what I want to do in my weeklies. And then I also put my ink of the month, and then I'll, in little bitty dots, put my inks of the week here. And actually I've already inked up this, so let me go ahead and put the ink of the month is Birmingham Pen Co, Megalodon. And it's actually a very pretty ink, and I just ink it up in my Twisbi, and I'll have to clean that off later. Anyway, you can see what it's done to my hands. But anyway, so Megalodon is the ink of the month, and then there's my color code. I'll kind of list down any tombos that I do, but these are the general tombos, and I just went through my collection and was like, what do I think would go along with this swatch right here? So anyway, moving on. So new-ish things that I've done for this spread is, I put in here just because I wanted to know when cabinet hearings for the government started, or start back up. I also forgot to put in MLK Day. and marking Inauguration Day. And I think that's pretty much all of the stuff that I put in. As the month goes on, I will put the ink of the week by the weeks here, which that'll get a little suspicious right here for this week, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So, but this is how the monthly turned out. So I'm just gonna bring it up and I guess try and slow scroll. I'm not very good at this, but I try my hardest. Anyway, just wanted to show you the final product, and then also my goals, because I lied and I didn't put them up on the screen, but my goals this month are going to be to work out 3 times per week, read at least 2 times per week, and that's like a actual book, not any news stuff, but actual fun books. And then do morning Devo 3 times per week. And all 3 of these actually may sound familiar to you if you watched my setup video, because I pulled those from here. My goals for the month may not always be pulled directly from here, but at least for this month, I'm taking it a little easy, and that's what we're gonna do. Also, these question marks are gonna be YouTube videos that I plan on uploading. I plan on Sundays being my main uploading day for YouTube videos, so make sure that on Sundays, if you're interested, to keep an eye out. It'll probably be released at early in the morning on Sundays. So, if you liked this video at all, please feel free to hit the like button. That is free to you and priceless to me. And if you're interested, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can see more of this. All right, I hope y'all have a wonderful new year. Bye.